Wednesday. I leave tomorrow.
Oh, you'll be back on Friday. You got time to kick it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely, I'll be doing that. Supposed to be at Rocksteady again. Supposed to be at Rocksteady in Atlanta. If you ever go to Atlanta, go to Rocksteady.
What is this? That's all what?
Rocksteady is a Caribbean establishment. You know Jacob and Kristen that was at the shrine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and plus I forgot my man name that quick. It's so much stuff that's going on because of what we just talked. But basically the shrine is at Rocksteady in Atlanta.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah.
what's up.
So that matter of fact, when during my first Atlanta trip in May around my birthday, when you saw all of the lives and every like the Facebook stories and that was that.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
it was Haitian night that night. On
Okay.
Wednesday, it's Haitian night. So it's Haitian night again. So I'm in that thing.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. I'm in that thing. We in that thing for work though. It's work dinner.
Yeah. They don't be kicking it.
It's a work dinner. And the label, shouts out to Rock Nation, Reza and Rock Nation. It's a work dinner.
Oh shit.
So Reza, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Next thing you know, Bang gonna be at Rock Nation brunches and shit.
No, I'm not gonna be at Rock Nation brunches, ladies and gentlemen. Well,
if you get a +1, I'm going.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's a goal of mine, you know what I'm saying? But I have to be in certain positions in order for that to happen. I have to be somebody.
Facts.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be somebody. And I ain't quite there yet. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. Things that I feel like at this point I deserve. Things should happen for me in 2023. Wink, wink. See what happens, man.
See what happens.
Some Do Pod 147. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Some Do Pod. Merch link is in the bios. Today was the busiest day I've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
And it's depressing. It started off depressing, ended off exciting, happy, highs and lows, snooze hit this morning. And just to give you a timeline of how shit is, Mike, I woke up at like 3:45, I think it was.
Yeah. Is that like a normal time you wake up?
I wake up like I'm at a morning show.
Yeah, that's insane.
But I woke up at about like 3:45 and, take a piss and grab my phone. Liam was up.
Well, of course, it wouldn't be right.
Liam was up watching Blippi, ladies and gentlemen.
I wouldn't expect nothing other.
Like, he was like in the room, just like it got a little baby chair, like a little baby love seat. And he was just
there you go.
Looking at Blippi.
Facts.
But I get my phone and I start seeing tweets that Takeoff from the Migos was dead. All right, man, y'all tripping. Like we're doing death rumors this early, fam.
Yeah, right after Halloween too. Stop playing.
Right. The day after Halloween, I'm like, all right, we not going. And then I just started seeing more and more. And I went on Facebook and I even posted like, we're not doing any Migos death rumors, G. We're not doing that on November 1st, 2023, this early in the morning.
No.
And I'm not necessarily saying that they are the most reputable site, but Say Cheese had reported, Say Cheese TV had reported that he was dead. I'm like, wait a minute. Say Cheese ain't gonna say that and not know it. I've never seen Say Cheese do such a thing.
So you know them for being credible.
I'm
A
not.
credible source.
Let's just say it's levels to credibility.
Yeah.
I've never seen Say Cheese wrong, but Say Cheese TV ain't TMZ. It ain't CNN.
Yeah.
But it's a blog, social media site where if I see it, I'm going to take it seriously and wait for somebody else to confirm what they've already confirmed. So then I get a text, and let me I'm break this timeline down because it's definitely important to put that there. Timelines are important, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course.
So my man A Plus texts me this morning, and it is about, it's at 4:29. He texts me because he saw my post. He was up. He texts me, "You got to be kidding me." I'm like, "Nigga, this is how we starting off the day?" And so he was trying to fall asleep. He said his boy from Virginia, because he's from Virginia, called him. He wasn't even on social.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, Plus is the operations manager. Excuse me, let me get the title right. He is the operations manager of Radio One. So, of course, because of certain things, he has a vested interest in what's going on because, it's radio.
Yeah.
Gotta change programming around and all of those things. Yeah. A lot of shit's gonna go on. So we monitoring the tweets and everything, and we like, what's going on? Then more people started to say that this was true inside of our group in radio. We start getting emails. One young lady that works with us said that she had friends who was at the event, and it's true. Then started to see the video, like pictures and video saying, "Oh, girls, oh my God." And then it was confirmed by TMZ that Takeoff from the Migos had passed away due to a gunshot wound. He's 28 years old. And weirdly enough, the first thing I thought about was City of God.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know the movie City of God is about basically the hood. And the photographer, they start him off when he was young, and he tells a story about where he lives at and how he got into the field. He was at some of the stuff he's seen and things of the nature, telling the stories. And one of the stories that's in there after his brother and two of his brother's homies had their run, basically like who took their place in the hood. Who took their place in the hood was one of the little homies that they looked after. He wanted to be a hoodlum, and they kept him over here, but he did some wild shit and took over as a shorty, came up. His name was Lil Z, ladies and gentlemen. And Lil Z had a friend named Benny. Benny with Z. And Benny, as he got older, became the coolest hoodlum in the hood. Everybody liked Benny. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody in the hood that didn't like Benny. And Benny, to me, is Takeoff.
Okay.
Because Quavo be in the news for shit. Offset be in the news for shit. Takeoff was never in the news really for shit. unless it was like a fight or two.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really saw Takeoff in any bullshit, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loved Takeoff, man. It got to a point that everybody was saying Takeoff is the best member of the Migos. To me, out of all of their solo projects, Takeoff had the best solo project.
Okay.
I stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
And even seeing his Drink Champs interview, you know, with him and Quavo, you're talking about some, you know, it's time for me to get my flowers while I'm still here. If some of the hood reports about what happened is true, he was a bystander, G.
Mm-hmm.
He was not involved in the bullshit. He was a bystander, according to the hood reports. There's a text message that went out on social that a lot of people read. I don't know if that's true. But if you look at some of the pictures, you just see him standing there. You don't see him doing shit, but standing. And just like in City of God, if you watch City of God, Benny is about to leave the hood. Him and his girl, who he took from his home, they have a party. They about to go on a farm and just. So Benny invites everybody from every part of the hood there. It's a truce, and nobody's fighting. Everybody's dancing, laughing, having a good time. It's Benny leaving the hood. We love Benny. Ain't nothing gonna happen. This one dude wants to kill Lil Z because Lil Z shot him in the foot and took over the spot where he had. So he wanted to kill Z. It was a scene where it was like a strobe light going. And it was my man with the camera. He's about to take a picture. Lil Z grabbed the camera from him. Z and Benny start having an argument. Z's basically mad because Benny's leaving. Dude pops up. He tries to shoot Benny. Benny tries to take the gun. He tries to shoot Z, excuse me. Benny takes the gun. He shoots Benny. Benny dies. All hell breaks loose. After that.
Mm-hmm.
Takeoff dying is like Benny from City of God. Because Takeoff never had an issue from nobody. At least we didn't see that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loved this man universally. Everybody said he was the best. Everybody wanted him to get his shine. There was nobody that you would see say anything bad about Takeoff. That's the one that dies. Not saying that any of them should have died.
Mm-hmm.
But when that person dies, and then when you go up in the hood, it's always that dude in the hood where it's like, damn, he gone? He gone.
Yep.
How he get killed? And then again, if the reports are right, he was the bystander. This shit sucks.
Bogus.
And my man BC, friend of the pod, Brian Crawford, he said some shit to me and Sean Davis in the text group today. And he was just like, man, our kids, and his kids are older, they've seen rappers dying at an alarming rate.
Yeah.
More than we ever had to deal with. Like, I remember when Pac died and when Big died and Pun dying and Big L dying and homie from the Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Freaky Todd dying and others. And it was like, damn, but this shit right here,
yo,
like,
this movie, it's going at a fast rate right now.
It's
for
like
for the new generation.
Fam, I have a post. We have a post, and I hate making posts like this, but it's my job, fam. I hate making posts like these, but it's my job. But we have a post of rappers who've died in 2022. And it might not be all of them. Takeoff gone. Pat Stay gone. Trouble gone. K-Say gone. That's of COVID. And Lakeith died of some health issues too. Snooty Wild dead. A rapper named T. Dot Wu dead. Rapper named Wavy Navy Pooh dead. Drive-by shooting in Miami. Rapper named Jay Stash dead. Then when you look at Houston, Snooty Wild died in Houston. Takeoff Houston. And I think it was one more person or two more people that died in Houston.
Yeah.
What the fuck going on, fam?
And
I'm not trying.
And you got PNB Rock.
Right, PNB Rock.
What was the one rapper? His name was Did he die? It was in Houston. Was it Mo3 or something like that? Was his name?
No, I think he died in Dallas.
So it was in Texas.
It was a couple
but he passed though, correct?
Yeah, he died. Like, yeah, he died.
That was last year though.
Yeah.
Last year or the year before?
I think it was year before.
Yeah.
So then you even look like, and I'm not trying to put things on Houston, but
what about when did Benny the Butcher get shot? He got shot in Houston, right? That was Houston. That was last year.
Yeah. The jeweler guy from the crib died in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, it's bad out here. Yeah. It's bad in Houston for rappers.
Yeah. We thought Atlanta, when we talked about Atlanta, Atlanta being you know what I'm saying, the ground site for the violence right now, you know, but obviously Houston is, yeah. You got Deion Sanders telling his football team, y'all can't go outside.
Yeah.
Y'all can't go nowhere. It's that bad.
Yeah, it's like, for real?
Yeah.
This is wild. It's
unfortunate situation, G. Unfortunate.
I don't know, man. Like, you know, you get people that say, and yeah, that was 2020 when Mo3 died.
Okay, 2020. Okay.
That was Mo3 when he died. But then you look at like Young Dolph dying.
Mm-hmm.
And others like that. It's like, fam, it's rough out here. I talked about on the show one day how I don't necessarily believe that being a rapper is dangerous.
Yeah.
It's the lifestyle that you lead is dangerous.
Yeah.
And then this happens. And I know people's like, it was a dice game going on. I've been to many a dice game, fam, and was not scared for my life.
I've never, I could honestly say that I've never seen a dice game go left.
Except on the movies.
Only in movies. That's what I'm saying. Only in movies.
I've been a part of with scrupulous people.
I've never seen a dice game go left in real life, bro.
Yeah,
it's only.
And I wasn't a dice player, fam. I won one dice game in my life. I'm like, give me that money, I'm out.
Hey man, it was a time, bro. Like I was on a high school, like junior year, senior year, bro. We was on a dice game roll, goddamn it. In between baseball practice, after baseball practice, goddamn it, after school, before school. See, it was lit. Yeah, but and niggas didn't got into it, you know what I'm saying, over dice games, but it ain't never no hands was thrown, none, bro. Just right. You know what I'm saying, a bunch of barking and yelling and you know what I'm saying, all of that shit, bro. Like, but I've never seen a dice game go left in 3D, dog. It's only in movies. Shit is crazy.
But it's at a point now where I'm like, man, I don't know. I really don't know what to say, how to put it. Like, Young Dolph was going to get some cookies, fam. He was going to get some cookies
in his hometown
at the crib.
At the crib, bro.
Go and get some cookies. PNB Rock was eating, fam, with his girl.
Nipsey was in front of his store.
Nipsey was in front of his store. Like, it's not like these guys are doing something violent to end up dying. I saw my homie Big Mad post something, and I'll see this right here. I saw things on Facebook and on Twitter that I wanted to put my 2 cents in, but I was like, you know what? Nah. Because I don't want to go back and forth with folks. But I saw Big Mad post something about Takeoff's death had nothing to do with being a rapper. And I agree, and some agree with another part of it. Here's why I agree at. Because according to the streets, he was an innocent bystander. He wasn't an aggressor. So when you equate him being a rapper, unfortunately, you're thinking he had to do something aggressive to die.
Nothing he did.
That's fucked up.
Nothing he did led to that moment where it had to be him.
And having to say that is fucked up. But that has nothing to do with him being a rapper. What has something to do with him being a rapper is where he was at and who he was with.
Yep.
And if he wasn't a rapper, he probably is not there. He's alive.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is this. He's Takeoff from the Migos. He's in Houston. Reportedly, this was Jazz Prince Jr.'s birthday party. Had it at a bowling alley in Houston.
Wait, so and then the reports true about Quavo getting shot as well? Like
Quavo didn't get shot.
So Quavo
no, he didn't get shot, and I'm gonna get to that.
Okay.
Which I shouldn't have watched. Especially with some of the shit that I had to deal with in the last couple of weeks. I should not have watched that. But
yeah.
But Takeoff, member of the Migos, reported Junior's birthday party. I'm not for sure if that is the case. And I definitely don't want to put shit on homie. Even though on Twitter, I see people going back and forth saying that the way he walked off and stuff like that. Frivolous. But if Takeoff's not a rapper, he's not there. Takeoff's not a rapper, he's not with Jay Prince. If he's not heavy with security or niggas. And those niggas, reportedly, allegedly, don't shoot at Quavo and hit him. Which is, again, what the streets are saying.
The streets are saying that Quavo was the target? Is that what you're saying?
No, well, according to a text message, long story short, Quavo was losing, upset. Him and the dudes got into it. A swing happens. They jump Quavo, shoots, and Takeoff is accidentally hit. Because if that text message is true, a lot of people gonna blame this shit on Quavo, and that shit's not right either.
Mm-hmm.
Like that text message was made, splits families. Because we already know the issues, well, at least musically, the issues that Offset has with Quavo and had with Quavo and Takeoff. Musically, don't know shit about personal, but musically, they decided to separate. Offset doing his own thing. Matter of fact, I think Offset is dropping Friday. Or was supposed to drop Friday.
I don't think that's happening.
I don't think that's happening. And Quavo and Takeoff has their own thing, and Act Trophy Room, I think, is a single. Like, they did not miss from anything that I heard from them two. They did not miss. 100%, everything was bops.
Okay.
But they not there if he ain't no rapper. So the directness of he's a rapper, but even the directnesses of it is fucked up because it's almost like you saying he had to be there doing something stupid in order for him to get shot. Because how come I just can't be kicking it and I'm a rapper and some shit not happen?
Facts.
Me going to the club and getting a bottle of Ace is due to me being a rapper because I got this money. Me drinking that Ace is due to me having money because I'm a rapper.
And it shouldn't have to end
and it shouldn't
with
have
me
to
being
end
shot.
with me being stabbed, me being in a fight, me being in a tussle. It shouldn't have to be that way. So even saying that to me is fucked up because it puts something out there that's saying that he got shot because, or he didn't get shot because he was a rapper.
Yeah.
They didn't take his chain, or he didn't try to take nobody's chain or anything like that. But he's not there if he's not a rapper. So why else would it be? He was an innocent bystander that was in a situation that was there because he was watching his uncle, his homie, roll dice with women, having a good time. If I'm in that position and I'm not a rapper and I get shot, that's not due to me being a rapper because I'm not a rapper. Is that due to me being a journalist? Is that due to me being a podcaster? Is that due to me being a dad?
Yeah.
Is that due to me being a husband?
Because you could have been invited, or I could have been invited to that party.
Bingo.
And hey, face, say for instance, hey, shit, them niggas shoot dice. Let me see what's up. I got a rack on me right now. Let me go over there and do what I'm saying, see if I can get a little side bet going. That could have been me.
Like, right.
With one push and shove, it could have been anybody.
Right. But he was there because he take off. Yeah. He was there because his uncle was there rolling dice. Man, let me see what Unc talking about. Oh, he winning? Oh, shit. So indirectly, that's wrong because if he wasn't a rapper, he's probably not there. He's probably not in Houston. But that could have been anybody. And I say all of that to say, I keep away from shit like that at this time because now we spend time commentating about a guy's death and why he died. And I was thinking about this because I saw my little sister on Facebook. And then my little brother comment underneath it. I was like, man, this is bigger than what we think. This death for us might not necessarily hit, and it might hit for some, especially if you're in this business. Yeah. But we watched the Migos grow, fam.
Yeah.
We watched the Migos grow from Versace. We was excited when Bad and Bougie popped off the way that it did. When Donald Glover at the Golden Globes said that, you know, this was the best song out right now.
Yeah.
And then it shot up to number one. Yeah. I remember seeing them perform it. I think it was in Africa. And the whole crowd go nuts. And I remember seeing them in DC at Broccoli Fest. The Migos was being compared to the Beatles, fam. It was articles out. It was like, yo, the Migos is better than the Beatles. And we was legit out there like, yeah, they are. I don't think this is some shit that we got to disagree on. For a period of time, there was not a group bigger than the Migos in rap.
You ain't telling no lie.
It was not a group bigger than. And when you think about it, because the lack of groups in music and rap in general, there's probably not a group bigger than the Migos. Look on TV, you saw the Migos. You saw Quavo in the goddamn NBA charity game. You see Offset with Cardi. See Takeoff. I'm here. Like if you was in Chicago, especially, you saw them because they used to be at Adriana's all the goddamn time. We seen them grow.
Yeah.
And again, the one that we didn't hear the most from was the coolest one. And he gone.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
That's what makes it even tougher, yo. It's a real big hit on hip hop. It's exhausting, bro. It's got to be exhausting for the hip hop community, bro, to lose another, you know, another artist who's made a significant contribution to the game, bro. And just to the gun violence is sad, bro, and it's exhausting, bro. And what I look I look at it too as like, man, like whatever it is, the little rift between the three of them or whoever, whether it was either with Quavo and Offset, and you know what I'm saying, them splitting up and us not knowing if they were ever gonna, you know what I'm saying, reunite to do another Migos album, because when that question was asked to them, it was kind of like, you know, yeah, we'll see, we it's in God's hands, you know, we just leave it at that. It's, you know,
Right.
when you see that being asked and answered that way, bro, it was kind of like just leaving that question mark. Like, man, bro, are we gonna get that Migos reunion? Are they gonna ever, you know what I'm saying, make amends and shit like that? Now we won't see it. And it's not due to the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they had a disagreement. It's due to Takeoff not being here no more, bro. And that shit sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks, bro, because we don't like. How does Offset feel, bro? Like, how does Offset supposed to feel about that, G?
Bruh,
like not being able to you know what I'm saying, to get that, you know what I'm saying, to speak to your homie, bro, and just, you know, like on some love shit. Like, man, we good, bro. Like,
right,
that shit's
to
fucked
know
up.
y'all was going through some shit like this, and then one of y'all die. That, man, look, when I was younger, I ain't gonna front. If you crossed me, I ain't give a fuck about you. Yeah. And there were situations where when I look back, it was frivolous shit, fam, that I don't fuck with you no more. Now, there was situations where I was like, man, for maturity, I think it's best that, you know, things go a different way.
Yeah.
But there was a couple where I look back and I was like, man, my temper and my maturity wasn't right. And I don't say I regret those things happening the way that it happened, but it needed to happen. I just probably didn't handle shit well, and those other parties didn't handle it well either.
Yeah.
But now I'm 40, fam, and I don't want no beef with nobody.
Yeah.
I don't want no issue with. I just want to see my kids grow. I want to be with my wife. I want to eventually put my feet in some sand, swim in the ocean, have some exotic food.
Can you swim?
Drink some high end. I can swim.
There you go.
I can swim. Like I just want to live, fam.
Yeah. Yep. I feel you, and I agree. And
before we go,
yeah, go ahead.
See, TMZ. Oh shit, is that Stevenson? TMZ just released. Shouts out to Coach Mo. Seeing some of the things he's talking about. But TMZ got video. Just reading from TMZ. Quavo was toe-to-toe with a group of guys outside of Houston bowling alley. Takeoff and others had his back while he argued for more than 30 seconds before the shooting began. TMZ hip-hop obtained video of the showdown around 2:30 a.m. with somebody, and Takeoff is a few feet behind him. There's a discussion about playing. Quavo say like that. Seconds later, there's a single crack of gun. A furious, shit. Damn, and I see my man Shakur Stevenson.
So at this point, this is just at this point words after the you know what I'm saying, the alleged dice game. This is just words being exchanged.
So yeah, this doesn't. They don't make it dice game involved. It just seems like cats is arguing, and it goes left
again. Like words, bro. Why do we have it? What can possibly be said at a point where, you know what I'm saying? All right, if y'all niggas scuffling, we scuffling, bro. Like, like, nigga, let's fight, bro. We fight my squad against your squad, fam. We boxing.
Nobody want to box no more, but
but
yeah, man. Bro? I said, let me rewind back to what I'm saying, man, because that really just even did it right there too. It don't make no damn shit. But I just want to live. No beef with nobody. I don't want nobody to have no beef with me. If you got an issue with me, just tell me what the issue is, and then we move on. Because shit like this here, man, and then just reading that, and we talking about a dice game, and there probably was a dice game going on. But they showing video of Quavo arguing with some niggas, and then some shots rang out. They say TMZ Hip Hop obtained this video of a showdown around 2:30 a.m. and you can see and hear Quavo argue with somebody and take off. There's a few feet behind him, and there's a discussion about playing basketball.
Yeah, all right, y'all niggas is hoes, bro.
Bro, it had to be more than that, and they just caught the basketball conversation. But you can't tell me this started off with some man, bruh. I beat your ass in 21. What you talking about? I don't get down like that. I give you like, I'm not, nah, fam. It ain't happen like that. But in any case, Mike, yeah, man, we got to do better. And I hate being this person. We got to do better as a group. We got to do better as a people. We have to stop letting our egos get in the way of things. Your ego should not get in the way of you needing to come home. Your ego should not get in the way to somebody else being able to go home. That should not, you should not go to an event and worry about you having to come home or not. And low key, that as much as I used to, because I want to come home. I just want to come home. And the anxiety that we have as Black men is off the charts when it comes to just wanting to come home.
Yeah.
It could be going to an event, going to a party, just going to the club, going to a bar, getting in a car, driving home, not getting in an accident, not getting pulled over by police, in the wrong area at the wrong time, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The anxiety of being a Black man and just wanting to come home at the end of the night is astronomical. And I can say that as a 40-year-old man because I could just go to the store and just be like, man, I just want to get to the crib.
Uh-huh.
And I know I'm not alone in saying that.
Yep.
Because I know you feel that way. And I know the majority of the Black men I know say the same thing. That's why we want to go to controlled environments that's safe. Sometimes those be bullshit.
Yep. I was about to say, like, some places you think that could be a controlled environment and safe, bro. It's not really safe, bro. We not safe anyway, bro. The shit that me and you like to enjoy, you know, like, you know, a sporting event or, you know, a little small little concert, like a Pusha T show, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. You just never know. You just never know.
Even if you look at sporting events, Marks want to fight at sporting events and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, people want to pull out their phone and watch two people fight at sporting events. Fam, I ain't trying to fight at no football game and I trip.
Fans
and I
versus
fall
fans.
on my neck.
Yeah.
I trip and I fall on my neck.
Yeah.
Or a group of y'all beat my ass because my team just beat your ass, fam. Nah, man, we don't like each other for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I don't like you enough to fight. I'm trying to go home. I'm trying to enjoy this game. After the game is over, man. Hey, man, high five. Good game, G. Hey, y'all trying to drink and tailgate? Let's go.
Nah, niggas ain't like that no more.
Niggas
bro.
ain't like, man. And the thing is, I don't know if niggas was ever like that. Because I just turned 40 a couple of months ago, and I've only been 40 one time in my life. I don't know how it was to be 1999 or 1989 or 1979. I know how it was like to be 40 in 2022. So I don't know. That could have been like that then.
Yeah.
I know I just want to come home, G. I got too much. I have too much I have to live for. I have too much. I have so much that I have to do before I'm out of here. And the last thing I want to do is be out of here because folks can't control themselves at anything. So
well said.
Rest in peace to Takeoff. Condolences to Quavo. Because if that shit's true, fam, he got a burden on him, fam, that is tough. Because what I was going to get to is, first of all, y'all got to stop filming.
Bro, that shit is so fucking corny, dog.
Y'all gotta stop filming.
The one clip that I saw, bro, and I tried not to watch it, bro, was when Takeoff was on the ground, bro.
Yeah.
Like laid on the ground. I did not want to see that shit, bro.
Well,
but I kind of wanted to get at some details, but watching that shit, bro, at the end of the day, like, why would you want to film that?
And watching Quavo walk up to Takeoff and grab him, lifeless body.
Bro, I didn't see that part. I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a video of Quavo walking up to Takeoff's body and he yelled like, "Take no," something like that.
Yeah.
But just seeing that and the blood all around and that man hold that man lifeless body and don't know what to do, bruh. Nah.
Recording that shit is so fucking corny.
And
bro,
recording that shit is
all because you want to be the first one to post it on your social media, bro, to get all the shares and bullshit. Like, bro,
that's tough.
That's the worst kind of clout to chase, bro, in the world, fam. Like that shit is trash.
That's just tough. That's just trash. And I mean, I get Mark's trying to go viral, but that ain't the way to go viral showing somebody's pain.
That ain't the way to go viral.
Like, that ain't the way to go viral showing somebody's pain. That's not the way. That's not the move to show somebody. That's not the last visual we want to see of that man or any man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see Quavo hurt like that. I don't want to hear the people, all them girls around. I don't want to hear them hurt like that. Like they friend, they brother, they boyfriend, they dip, they nephew. It's dead. And they family don't need to see that. Call the police. Call for help. Don't hold your phone and sit up there and watch somebody.
You're recording when you could be helping. I don't think there will ever be a time where people will actually understand that. So, I mean, they gonna do it. They gonna do it, bro. And it's sad to say.
That's sad. It's sick. It's twisted. It's stupid.
Yep.
Put your phone down, man.
And do something.
Because if that was your body on the ground, you'll want somebody to come help you. Not put the phone up being like, oh, let me go get this footage. Let me put it up on Instagram, or let me put it up on Twitter. That's just whack.
Yeah.
Some Dude Pod, make sure y'all rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite pods. Once that happened, sports happened, and shit, a whole bunch of stuff happened. Bang be knowing. I told y'all before the season even started. I told y'all before the the trade demands and all of that stuff.
Hey, before you get into, I was hoping you was gonna segue because we was talking about fans versus fans. I was hoping you was gonna get into Cowboys fans versus Bears fans.
No, we're gonna.
It's okay, but go ahead. It was kind of it would have been a good one. It would have been a good segue.
Nah. We gonna get in that last. I'm not about to talk about us getting our ass whooped like that. Right after that.
Yeah.
But Steve Nash is no longer the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. He was fired after 7 games. It was a mutual decision. And then Stephen A. Smith be knowing. Because a couple of weeks ago, my man said, hey, man, Ime Udoka is probably going to be the next coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And according to reports, Ime Udoka and the Brooklyn Nets are talking for him to take over the team after 7 games this season. He was at least the suspended head coach of the Boston Celtics. And the Boston Celtics ain't want Buddy ass so much. They was like, hey, we don't even need no compensation, fam. Y'all want him? Y'all can have him. Now, you
can do that? You can get compensation for a coach?
If he's still under contract, you would have to give up compensation for that coach. So essentially, you would have to trade.
Traded? Can you trade?
Yeah, John Gruden was traded. John Gruden was traded to the Buccaneers.
I've never, okay, I remember that. Now, I've never seen a coach get fired and then get, or not get fired, or a coach gets suspended by his own team, not even from the NBA, gets suspended from his own team, then gets hired by another team in the same season, early in the season. Normally, said that the interim coach, he goes for the rest of the season, and then you try to find a new coach at the end of the year. Never seen a head coach get hired right in the middle of the season or the beginning of the season. So, I did not know coaches can get traded. I did not know that.
Doc Rivers got traded.
As a coach?
Yeah, to the Clippers. Yeah, he got traded. The Boston traded him to the Clippers.
God.
Yeah.
I thought your contract be up, you get fired, and then you find a new squad. How the fuck do you trade coaches?
But Ime was like, they told Ime, no, you can go if you want. We don't. Hey,
at the end of the day, bro, he was not coaching that team. He was suspended, and then said they was gonna take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? After
he was.
Whatever it is he did, he pissed off some very important people. There's no way he was coaching in that organization again.
So my question, mainly, we said since day one that Steve Nash wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah.
Since day one,
I kind of thought he was gonna make it through the season, but hey, you called it.
Told you.
You called it.
Told you. Didn't even change it. I said he wasn't gonna make the season. I was thinking All-Star break.
I thought the team was gonna perform well enough to where it was gonna save his job, but
I was thinking All-Star break, but he ain't make it to 2023. Now, one of the biggest deficiencies is defense. Ime Udoka led a league best defense. And then plus the season really started. And as I've said before, the season to me don't even start until Christmas. Fact. So they can work out all these kinks and then Christmas go out on a run. With that being said, does Ime Udoka change the prospects of the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah. See, shout out to what Coach Moses just said too, which makes perfect.
I be trying to look at the camera.
Yeah. No, which makes perfect sense that the timing is perfect for Ime's case because this is the beginning of the season. You're 7 games in, so you got time to still, Ime Udoka to put together a game plan for this squad.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to. Obviously he's gonna.
I got a question for Coach Moses, but keep going.
But yeah, and I just saw a clip though from the Nets GM who didn't confirm the Ime Udoka.
He can't do that shit right now.
Okay, so
he can't do that shit till he's signed.
But we know that at this point, 9 times out of 10, Ime Udoka will be the head coach. Now, is this gonna help Brooklyn? Possibly. Like you said, on the defensive end, which they lack very badly, and then you think with adding a Ben Simmons and him being such a great defensive player that would help, but he's a fucking hack. He's fouled out twice.
I don't know what the hell going. I don't know what's going on with Ben Simmons, fam.
Yeah, I mean, but I do agree with Kyrie though. I think he still needs to get his legs up under him. He needs to just get some confidence, bro. His confidence is lacking when it comes to scoring.
What did he? I mean, look,
you was off for a long time. But I think he just, I'm gonna give Ben Simmons some slack.
I know
I'm
he
with
been
Kyrie.
gone for a long time, fam, but he looked lost.
He looks lost in certain
Now,
situations.
maybe that's Steve Nash and not being able to coach that, and somebody like Ime Udoka comes
come
in
and
because
step
he's
in.
an experienced coach.
Yeah,
But he looked like a deer in headlights out here. Now, normally we let the questions come to us.
Yeah.
We have a coach that watches the show and currently still watching the show.
He's
Coach Moses is still in here. I have a question for Coach Moses. Jacque Vaughn seems like a very capable head coach, former head coach of the Orlando Magic. He's been the lead assistant. He coached the team in the bubble. I ain't even talked about how that. Jacque Vaughn seems like a very capable head coach. How does it work when you hire somebody and he already there? How does that dynamic work? Because it seems to me that Jacque Vaughn has been the loser in all of this, because Kenny Atkinson quits. He takes over the team. They have success in the bubble, even though they lose. But they look good in the bubble with Caris LeVert and all of those people up in there. Then you go and hire Steve Nash instead of hiring Jacque Vaughn, promoting him.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep him on. I think he's the highest paid assistant coach in the league. But you hire some white dude who's a two-time MVP, but has never coached a day in his life. And now I got to be his lead assistant. Or, matter of fact, he wasn't even the lead assistant. It was D'Antoni who was the lead assistant. So, in a sense, I got demoted a bit. Then you fire him, or you mutually disband. And then you go hire Ime Udoka.
He should be feeling a certain way, huh?
Somebody tell me how Jacque Vaughn's supposed to feel right now.
I think he might got a legit beef with the organization. Unless he's personally said, like, I'm okay with being an assistant. But what assistant coach would say that?
Like, somebody got to tell me how Jacque Vaughn feeling this, because if you keep hiring people instead of me, and you want me to hold it together until the other dude come again, bruh.
Coach
fam. Like, I gotta go. Nobody, like,
maybe he don't want to coach. Maybe he don't want to be a head
coach. Nah, G. Hell no. Because then don't make me the interim, Joe. Don't make me the interim. I don't want to coach.
Maybe they already had this in play already. Maybe this was going to happen from the jump. Maybe, check this out. Maybe they already had this in play. They said, look, we're going to give Steve Nash 8 to 10 games. If you don't get it right by the end, look, we getting them out of here, and Ime Udoka is on deck. They probably already been having conversations with Ime Udoka, like, look, stay on standby.
They probably did, but if I'm Jacque Vaughn, I'm still pissed, fam.
That's just
true. You gonna enter me again and then keep me on staff too? Nah, fam. This time, nah, man. I'm just gonna go to the crib. I'm gonna see what's out there next season. I'm just gonna take a break.
Coach Mo say they kept Nash. They hired Nash and kept Vaughn on to be the defensive strategist.
And defense huff, right? Fire me too.
So I was about to say, maybe Vaughn
defensively be huff, right?
Maybe he ain't the answer.
Fire me too, fam. Fire me too.
Or maybe the defensive strategy wasn't implemented good with Steve Nash's strategy. Too. So now you got Ime. You got Ime and Jacque Vaughn together, bro. It could be a
fire
tandem.
Me too, fam. Ime, we was both assistants on this mark together. You dipped. You had your chance. You went to Boston. You start fucking. You lost your shit. Now you're going to come over and take my job? If I'm Jacque Vaughn,
I agree.
I'm out.
I agree.
Give me a chance or I'm out. I feel him. You're not about to go out here and mess up your chance and then come over here and take my spot. Flash. Nah, fam. No. That, man, if I'm Jacque Vaughn, fam, yo, I'm out too. Bye. Bye. I'm out. Also, in the news, this has been the most lit NFL trade deadline of all time.
I was gonna say, look, let me say so, bro. When we think about like trade deadlines, the most exciting trade deadline that we all look forward to. No, we look forward to the NBA trade deadline. We always look forward to that. Nah, not even baseball trade deadline.
No, we do. You do, because it always be like that big fish that everybody's looking for.
Well, yeah. And then everybody Juan Soto.
And then everybody looked to trade a whole bunch of prospects for this person because they gonna take you over the top. This year was Juan Soto, and they lost. But nobody told Fernando Tatis Jr. to
hit the dope.
Yeah. So, but
in a sense, I always look at like we always love the NBA trade deadline, and we always love NBA free agency, and we love NFL free agency. But NFL trade deadline don't normally be juking like it was today, though. So juking, bro.
It was lit.
Notifications was going crazy today.
Yeah, like big, and it started really last week. Christian McCaffrey was traded from Carolina to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. The Panthers received a second and a third round pick next year, a second, third, and fourth round pick in next year's draft, and then a fifth round pick in 2024. Roquan Smith for the Chicago Bears was traded to the Baltimore Ravens. The Bears received linebacker AJ Klein, a second round pick and a fifth round pick. That trade, we're gonna get to that. Bradley Chubb was traded to the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins is going all in. They want the championship. And they want it now. They went and got Bradley Chubb and a 2025 fifth round pick. And the Denver Broncos received running back Chase Edmonds, who's on one of my fantasy teams. So we'll see how that goes. He works out when I put him in. A first round pick from the 49ers next year, and a 2024 fourth round pick. That first round pick from the 49ers is important because it's the last first round pick in the deal that got Trey Lance. Okay. So because of the picks that San Francisco sent to Miami, the Miami Dolphins got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Bradley Chubb. That's a flip, fam. Also, the Bears got Chase Claypool, wide receiver from the Pittsburgh Steelers, in a trade. They traded their second round pick in a deal to get Chase Claypool. Now the Bears have a big target who had success the last 2 years with old-ass bathroom Ben Roethlisberger. Mm-hmm. Has not seen that same success with Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky. I think I know why. In division trade, TJ Hawkinson was traded from Detroit to Minnesota.
That's like shocker. I didn't see that one coming.
I did not see that one coming at all. The Vikings got Hawkinson, a fourth round pick in next year's draft, and a conditional 2024 pick. Fourth round pick. The Lions got a 2023 second round pick and a 2024 third round pick. Robert Quinn was already traded last week from the Bears to Minnesota for a fourth round pick in next year. I mean, not Minnesota, Philadelphia for a fourth round pick. So the Bears are stockpiling picks. The trade that I think shocked everybody is Calvin Ridley being traded from the Atlanta Falcons to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Falcons received a 20. That's he not even playing. Who knew Calvin Ridley? We forgot Calvin Ridley wasn't even playing.
I forgot, but he gonna be ready next year.
Maybe. See, here's the thing. He was traded for a conditional 2023 fifth round pick and a conditional 2024 second round pick. And if he plays and deal and some other stuff, that fifth round pick could be moved up to a second round pick. But he's 28 in December. He's been injured off and on last year. FanDuel, he was hurt. And he's suspended and he has to apply for reinstatement. That don't mean they got to bring him back, even though they're going to bring him back.
They'll reinstate him, but I think they putting the pieces around Trevor Lawrence. I feel they putting the pieces around Trevor Lawrence. So that one doesn't shock me as much as it shocked you. But I can see it There's a point where he's not playing, but I think all signs lead to him being available next season.
Nah, man, look, man.
So get something
next
for
season,
him.
yeah. I mean, no, he was under contract. He wasn't no free agent.
No, I'm saying he'll be available to play next season. What I'm saying, he'll be reinstated.
Man, him and Drake London and Kyle Pitts, that's a weave that I think would have been nice for Mariota or Desmond Ridder. But move on to Kadarius Toney, who kind of really set the market here when it comes to the wide receivers in the trades. The Giants traded him to the Kansas City Chiefs. The Giants received the 3rd round compensatory pick and the 6th round pick.
Now that one don't make sense to me.
I think if healthy on that team, he's gonna be nice. But you traded a 3rd round compensatory pick for this man. That man barely played for the Giants. So that's why that market was set through him. Nyheim Hines was traded from Indianapolis to the Bills for Zach Moss and a 2023 conditional 5th round pick. So now you got Devin Singletary and Nyheim Hines in the background. A trade that I think is going to be very under Jeff Wilson Jr. trade. Jeff Wilson Jr. Was expendable once the San Francisco 49ers got Christian McCaffrey. So they traded him to the Miami Dolphins back with Mike McDonald, who he found success with the 49ers. They traded him for a 2023 5th round pick. James Robinson last week, right before Monday Night Football, was traded to the Jets. The Jets, Breece Hall tore his ACL, so he's out for the season, of course, so they needed a replacement for him. Jacksonville got a conditional 6th round pick. Remember the Robbie Anderson trade? Deion Jones was traded from Atlanta. It even happened.
I forgot about
that. William Jackson III, who was a pretty decent cornerback, but he signed with Washington and became Huff. He was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So now they got him and Minkah Fitzpatrick. So the defensive backfield is straight. Y'all got somebody. The Dallas Cowboys received Jonathan Hankins and a 2024 7th round pick. The Las Vegas Raiders got a 2023 6th round pick. Jacob Martin, ladies and gentlemen, defensive end. He was traded from the Jets to the Denver Broncos. Broncos also received a 2024 5th round pick. The Jets received a 2024 pick. And 2 more trades. Rashad Fenton was traded from the Kansas City Chiefs to the Atlanta Falcons. The Chiefs received a conditional 7th round pick in 2023's draft. And Dean Marlowe was traded to the Bills from the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons received a 2023 7th round pick. A lot of trades, fam.
Yeah. Trade deadline went crazy.
Trades. Get this out the way right now. I love the trade for Chase Claypool. I was hoping that the Bears ended up with somebody like Chase Claypool. He's 24 years old, a big wide receiver, 6'4", 240, out of Pittsburgh, in the mold of Larry Fitzgerald. Not saying that he is, but that's the mold that he is. That he is in. He wears number 11 for a reason. He went to Pittsburgh. I mean, he played for Pittsburgh, but he went to Notre Dame. So him and Cole Kmet, they the homies. So that's going to be helpful. I think this is the person who wins out in this trade is Darnell Mooney. And here's why. And I said it on this pod. I'm going to say it again. Even though Allen Robinson was Huff last year, you had to account for him. And being that you had to account for him, it allowed Darnell Mooney to have success. He had a 1,000-yard season last year. I forgot how many catches he had, but it was a whole bunch. Because you had to account for Allen Robinson, and Allen Robinson was playing the X while Darnell Mooney was playing the Y. Now, you put him in a situation where he's the legit number 1, they got to account for him. Every other wide receiver sucks. You bring in Chase Claypool, you put him at the X, you got to account for Chase Claypool now, which means that Mooney could get back to what made him great last season. And then here's the other thing, ladies and gentlemen. If a N'Keal Harry is right, and we start seeing him get more reps, and they have 3 wide receivers, and Harry is not your number 1, That's what Chase Claypool becomes in a sense. But Darnell Mooney in the slot, basically playing that Brandon Ayuk role. I can't pronounce my man's last name.
Brandon Ayuk.
But playing that role, so to speak, getting open, being able to move around the middle. But then you have two big wide receivers. That one in Chase Claypool, he runs a 4.5. So he's a fast big. And he's a red zone target. It also opens it up for Cole Kmet as well. You now have a wide receiver room, or just a receiver room in general with the tight ends, that people will, not going to say they're going to fear it, but they have to account for it. And that makes Justin Fields better. Now you got big targets that you can get to, because even a couple of years ago, man, we had like every small wide receiver. They was just fast. And then we got two wide receivers that's 6'4", 6'5". And then you got St. Brown that's 6'5" as well. And St. Brown, also a Notre Dame product as well. So you got two big red zone targets. You have Mooney in the slot. You have Cole Kmet in the middle. And then you got Demo and you got Khalil Herbert. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been giving Ryan Leopold's hell. I have. However, the man did a good job, fam. Did a good job. We do got the wrong St. Brown, but that St. Brown is now the 4th or 5th wide receiver. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. But again, it was a good week for the Bears. I was not upset about the Roquan trade, because if you listen to the pod, I said, hey man, just get it out the way if you're not gonna pay him. But he's going to Baltimore and he's back in the 3-4. I think he's going to be more than solid for the Ravens. And shouts out the Pose, because I don't know if he meant to do this on purpose, but he traded Khalil Mack to the Chargers. He traded Robert Quinn to the Eagles. He traded Roquan Smith to the Ravens. Playoff quality teams. He looked out for them. I think that was dope. But on our front, I think we have an improved receiver room, and I think this is not going to do anything but help Fields, because now this shows us that they believe in that man to give him the weapons. And now, since we have Chase Claypool, and he's still petty. Leo Poles is still petty. But now we gave up our second round pick. But here's the thing. You look at the wide receivers that's in this year's class, they're not as good as we once thought they were. Best wide receiver in college football right now is Marvin Harrison Jr. Lil Murder Marv is not available to be drafted until 2024, ladies and gentlemen.
Why he got to be named after his daddy, though? Now you talking about it, Junior. Why you got to be Lil Murder?
His name is Marvin Harrison Jr., ain't it?
Why you got to be Lil Murder, though? Why you got to throw Lil Murder in there?
Hey, man, look.
He is not his daddy's son, bro.
He is his daddy's son. His name is Marvin Harrison Jr., ladies and gentlemen. And I say Lil Murder Marv in laughter and jokes, man. All that stuff with Marvin Harrison is alleged. And all of that stuff is just that ESPN shit was one of the scariest things I've seen in pro football, ladies and gentlemen. They had Marvin Harrison out here looking like he a shooter in Philly, fam. Am I wrong on that? Like that, so man. When have you ever seen an ESPN joint look like that? Where damn, fam, and then don't nobody talk about it either. Like Marvin Harrison be at the Hall of Fame and like, yo.
Yeah.
How come OJ can't come? Y'all seen ESPN, man?
Shit.
Did y'all see
like, you know what I'm saying? Ray Lewis type shit, dog.
Yeah, you got somebody just ESPN, man. Marvin Harrison look like a cold-blooded killer, fam. Like he does not look it. Look like a lame
at all.
Yeah, and buzzing shots, man.
That shit funny.
Like, dude talking and they say like ESPN Boys in the Hood it too. It's like a week later. He was gunned down, like he looked just like his daddy, fam. So
he do.
But Marvin Harrison, and he's bigger than his daddy too. Bigger than his daddy too. But Marvin Harrison Jr., he's not available until 2024. His teammate Jackson, can't pronounce his last name. He's not been as good as advertised. Homie at at LSU. I can't remember my man's name, but he hasn't been like real good this year. The wide receiver situation in the draft ain't as tough as it was looking the year before. I mean, before the year started, because people was thinking that this would be a big year for wide receivers. And then the free agency for wide receivers, fam, like Nelson Aguilar is the top wide receiver in free agency right now. I think Chase Claypool is better. Yeah. So this gives a chance for the Bears to focus on the offensive side of the ball, upgrading the offensive line. But here's a couple of caveats that people are not really checking for. If the Bears are excited about Alex Leatherwood, and then you're excited about Braxton Jones, and then Tevin Jenkins is looking like one of the best guards in the game. You have a right tackle, you have a left tackle, and then if Lucas Patrick is healthy next season, then you have Lucas at the center position. And you have Tevin. And then do you re-up on Cody Whitehair, or do you go get somebody else? Are you excited for Doug Kramer, who was drafted out of Illinois? I don't necessarily think that the Bears are going to go heavy on offensive line if you're excited about the young products that you have. Especially when you have a number one pick at Alex Leatherwood. I know he had issues with the Raiders, but who don't? I can foresee, and I know the Bears fans might not like this, but I can foresee them being a bit heavy on the defensive line and the linebackers in next year's draft. Okay. If they are excited about, you will tell. If they don't go ahead, if your first round pick, which might be high, is not on an offensive lineman, that means you're happy with what you have. And you're excited about what you have, in particular, Alex Leatherwood. Because he was waived. They picked it up. He on his rookie deal. That's the key cog right there. That's why I am looking at the Bears and seeing what they're going to do at linebacker or the defensive line, because that's Huff right now. I don't like Nicholas Morrow, fam. Jack Sanborn is an undrafted free agent who looked good in the preseason. We'll see what's up with that. Your defensive line right now, though, especially in the interior, they can't stop the run, fam, because your man Tony Pollard ran on us like it was he ran on us so bad, everybody was saying he should be starting over Ezekiel Elliott. It was for 14
for about
carries,
about 130, 140, something like that.
153, I thought it was.
Oh, was it 150?
3 touchdowns. Why y'all do that to us?
Hey, look, I was sitting down and I was watching the game and I was like, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, Cowboys. Go ahead. I was waiting for it to happen. Wow. I was waiting for it. But before we even get into that, though, I agree with everything you said about the Bears, and I like what the Bears did as far as, the trade deadline. And when you tell all these Bears fans to trust the process, I agree with you 100%.
I didn't say trust the process. I didn't say trust the
process. Well, not you, but a lot of other people are saying it, and I agree with trusting the process and seeing where things.
No. Let me
clarify right now. Then
let me clarify what I said. And I want to look into the camera when I say this. What I said, it was people that was upset that Roquan. It was people that was upset that people were upset at Roquan Smith being traded. I agree with Keyshawn Johnson. You get a man next man up money. Also, it looks good for your franchise and the people in the locker room to say that you take care of your people. Now, here's the caveat. If you're not planning on signing them, and in today's press conference, Ryan Poles said that they gave him the final offer before the season started. And that's when all of the stuff happened. They should have traded him then. He should have been gone then. And I stand on that because I said it.
Could you try again?
Nah, I didn't ask for that Siri. But they should have traded him if that was the case.
I thought that was Trey at first.
No, that was Siri.
Okay.
So being that they didn't trade him, they ran the risk of this man getting hurt.
Yeah, and not being able to get nothing for him.
And not being able to get a goddamn thing. Just like I said, they should have traded Quinn. And I think they should have traded David Montgomery. Because I don't know if he's gonna be back.
Okay.
I don't know if he's gonna be back. Trade and get whatever you could get. But even if you get all of these picks, the thing is that you have to look good enough to be able to spend the $130 million in cap room that you have. You have to draft and be on point. If you're not, you're going to mess up this franchise for years to come. I'm going to give y'all a doomsday scenario, ladies and gentlemen. And Mike, you remember this. Remember when the Jacksonville Jaguars hit on a couple of draft picks and they had a whole bunch of money in cap room and they went to the AFC Championship game, I think, right? And
yeah.
And folks was like, oh man, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they could spend that money and be good for years to come. They fucked that money up. Jacksonville Jaguars, a couple of years later, had the number 1 pick in the NFL draft, and they drafted Trevor Lawrence.
Jesus.
They fucked that money up.
Gave it to Urban Meyer, bro.
Yeah. They fucked that money up, fam. They made some poor draft choices, and they made some poor free agency choices. They fucked that money up. They jagged that bread. I'm happy.
That was Tom Coughlin. That's Tom Coughlin ass, bro.
Look, I don't give a damn who it was. What happened is they had picks and they had a whole bunch of bread, and they jagged it all, and they are still in football hell. Now, wait, let me finish, Mike.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. Yes, it's good that they have this, but to expect me or other Bears fans to be, hey, we got rid of Roquan and got some picks. Yay! We got $130 million cap room. Yay! And I'm excited we got it, but what is he gonna do with it? I'm not going to be excited about nothing when it comes to those picks and that money until it is spent and we see the results.
Okay.
Right now, we don't see the results because we ain't drafted and we ain't went through free agency. But to think that the Bears has this golden ticket with this money and these picks and we gonna be okay, fam. If you believe that, you have never been a Bears fan in your life. We still got work to do.
But I think all signs point to the right direction.
I'm not pointing no sign to anywhere, but where's that right now?
Yeah.
And that's what, week 8?
Yeah.
That's where we at, fam.
Okay.
Because, and here's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Bro, we could lose every game this year. And there could still be players who are free agents being like,
I don't want to come there.
So we got all this money and we got to spend it on huff-ass players because the top free agents don't want to come, or the people that we feel like fit don't want to come. Fam, Justin can be huff for the rest of this year with Chase Claypool. Wow, wide receiver gonna come and be like, I want to play with Justin. If Justin look huff. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm not counting no chickens until they hatch.
So you holding judgment. Yeah,
I'm holding judgment. Great job at getting the pieces or being prepared to get the pieces. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm not hot taking it. This is the most important offseason in Bears history. This, you throwing up GD, fam?
Who, me?
You was throwing up GD, fam. The way
Oh, I'm sorry. Not purposely.
your hands was, you was throwing up GD, fam.
Not purposely. Not
The
purposely.
only one that's hard. You folks, man. Had me scared for a minute, man.
I'm neutral, baby. I'm neutral, fam.
Seven love this part of the pod. Like, oh, I knew Mike was close. But no, man, this is the most important free agency and draft off-season period in Bears history. This offseason can make or break this team. And what I mean break this team for years to come. If this was ever a time for the Bears to be able to take the North, it is it right now. Minnesota is only lost one game, but who really gives a damn about Minnesota?
Minnesota 6-1?
Yeah, they only lost one game. The Green Bay Packers have the same record as us. They got the tiebreaker, though, because they beat us. They still got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ain't got nobody to throw to. They're not running the ball like they should, and the defense is the most overrated defense in the last couple of years. Then you got the Detroit Lions who can't get right. The Bears next season could put every tool in place to be able to take over the North for years to come. And with Justin Fields looking like he can really be a star quarterback in this league, this will literally be the first time in NFL history for the Bears or since Sid Luckman that you have a top flight quarterback. Ever. You have to put things in place to make him successful. This is the most important offseason in Bears history. You ain't got to spend all of your money in one place, but you got to put it. You have to put it in place to where you can get people that fit your team and this roster. If you do not do this offseason, though, we going to be huffed for years to come. And I'll explain to you real quick why. Justin Fields, after the 2023 season, will be up for an extension. Whatever you have to do that shit now before you spend all your money on him. Look at all of these teams now that get young court. Look at the Seattle Seahawks when they had to finally pay Russ. Shit went downhill from him.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till you have to pay Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. That's why Joe Burrow going to the Super Bowl in his second year was so important. But also his contract is light, so I ain't got to pay him. Why you think the Baltimore Ravens ain't paid Lamar his money yet? Because we got to pay you a whole bunch of money. That's why this offseason is the most important. Because if that boy Justin Fields keep going up, you got to pay him in a couple of years. And you can't pay everybody on that team. You got to hit now or in 2023. If you don't, we fucked. And we going to go into that new stadium with no team, with a whole nother quarterback. If you want to see the example, go look at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
So that's why I'm holding judgment. Because I've seen this happen. Where a team has a whole bunch of money in picks and they jag it. But this is the most important offseason for the Bears and their history of the franchise. Because now you got a franchise quarterback that you can build around. And you can't mess this up. And it starts in 2023. It starts with that draft and it starts with free agency. Then you got to convince some top flight players to come to Chicago in the cold. And you're going to be good because you got Justin. And I think that will happen. Mustard seed. Got a mustard seed of faith.
Okay.
That Ryan Leopold can pull us out.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well said.
All right, Mike.
Well said.
Anything else, though?
Well said. I think we covered everything, bro. Hey, shout out to all those beautiful people from Chicago that went down to Dallas. Y'all looked good, man. Y'all looked great. I'm glad y'all was down there. Y'all was safe. Y'all brought the South Side to Arlington, to Jerry's World, and y'all didn't clown. It was good to see. I'm happy. I'm happy. Shout out to Coach Moses. He was down there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kicking it. All my other people was down there as well. There's a bunch of people down there. I wish I could have been down there with y'all, but it was good to see y'all down there, man. Sorry it didn't play out the way y'all wanted it to play out, But and I could sit there and say that I was concerned watching that game for a slight minute when the Bears made it a one possession game. I was like, yeah.
You should have.
Won't shock me if the Cowboys fuck around and you know what I'm saying, fuck this off. But once again, the defense came through with key turnovers and key situations of the game. They didn't actually play their best football as far as stopping the Bears from marching the ball up and down the field because
top flight defense, fam, with Super Bowl defense. We scored
top flight. Hey, you could use that as a good thing for y'all, and that's a concerning thing for me because we gave up way too many yards, too many first downs, didn't make enough stops. But I mean, those things could be corrected. Things that can be corrected. Excuse me. The offense, on the other hand, looked great. Dak looked more settled. He looked more poised. He was able to throw the ball and shit like that. Got his hand stepped on, but he was okay. Mm-hmm. Tony Pollard was able to run the football, showed that, he could possibly be the RB1. Possibly. But Zeke ain't been no slouch this year. Zeke has performed well over expectations. So that's, a good thing to have. But yeah, shout out to the Cowboys for pulling that shit off. Yeah, that's all I got on that.
Well, end us off, man.
End us off. I think we're good. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I ain't got no hot takes or nothing. I already told you. This is the most important offseason in Bears history. The end.
There you go, man. Hey, man, Some Dude Pod. Make sure y'all rate. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hashtag Some Dude Pod, the Facebook group, at Some Dude Pod on Facebook to join, to like the Facebook page. Make sure y'all cop some merch. We on Twitter. We on IG at Some Dude Pod, at Mike B_CHR, at JR Bang. Yeah, bro. I think we good. We good. I ain't got nothing. I got nothing for you. I got